Welcome back to this bash scripting series, and in today's video we are going to cover how to zip a file, how to concatenate the zipped file, and then we are going to learn what is interactive shell and what is non-interactive shell in bash scripting. So basically, when you are going to do bug bounty, and when you are getting the bug bounties and the vulnerabilities, if you find any kind of vulnerability and you are able to access any kind of server, so at that time this is very useful to understand what is interactive cell and what is non-interactive cell. So we are going to work on it, and more stuff is there. Stick till the end of the video, and without wasting our time, let's get started. So I'll quickly move on to my terminal. Okay, very first thing we are going to do is how to zip a file. So basically in Windows, how you can do, just right click and zip it. So here there are so many other ways. The most common and used way is using gunzip. So the command is gzip, gzip is the command. And if you want to get more details about this gunzip command, so you can do man gzip. So you can see over here, so gzip is used to zip the file, and gunzip is used to unzip the file. So you can see the description. The gzip command reduces the size of the named file using lempel -ziv coding. So this is basically what algorithm it's using to zip the file. Whenever possible, each file is replaced. So you can read the description of this command in the manual, which is already present in your Linux system. Okay, so let's try to zip the content of this one. Let's say I want to zip dir1. So probably I'll get an error just because dir1 is not a single file, and this gzip command is used to zip single files. So basically directory contains more directories inside it, so that's why it will not be able to zip this directory. So if I execute gzip dir1 and enter, so it will give me this kind of error. So what I have to do, I have to first use tar command, and then I have to use the flags like -c and -f. Now what is -c is telling to the terminal, it's like -c means create a new directory, like it will be with the extension .tar, so it will be dir1.tar. -f gives the terminal the command that, okay, now whatever I'm going to type, it will be the name of new directory, so new combined directory. So basically it is going to give me a file, a single file from that directory. So directory contains more stuff in it, so we have to do this in order to zip this thing. In most of the cases you might have found this kind of file like .tar.gz. so this is basically, it is first combined using tar, and then it is being zipped. So zipping a file means you are reducing the file size, so that's why we zip the file. And tar means you are actually creating a single file from a bunch of files. So the same thing we are going to do. So I want to name it as dir1.tar. I can name it anything. Then I will give the directory which I want to zip it. Enter. If I list it, now I can see dir1.tar. So if I try to move inside dir1.tar, what will happen? Yes, exactly, I can be able to move inside this. I can be able to see the content of that directory. But if you list the file type, so in Linux you can list the content like this, and if you want to see the file type, now you can see it over here. So this D is denoting us that this is a directory, and here is no D, right? We are not able to see the D over here. This means this is not a directory anymore, it's a file. Now we can use the file command and list it. I'll just do it like dir1 and enter. So it's giving me, it's a directory. Now I'll do it with tar, so it will give me POSIX tar archive. So basically it's an archive file. Now I'm ready to use gzip command over it. So gzip and then dir1.tar and then enter. So if I list it, so here is my dir1.tar.gz. So in order to zip a directory, you have to make it make the use of the command tar, and then you have to convert it to zip file. So this is the whole process for converting a directory to a zip file. So now let's say I'll move inside dir1, I'll move inside sub dir1, and I guess we have a content over here. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'll simply gzip all the files, file1.txt. Now I will be having 3 files, right? 3 files with zipped format, in the zip format. So if I check the file format of, let's say, file1.txt.gz, so it's giving me gzip compressed data, right? Now I can combine this zipped file. I can concatenate this zip file. So remember this term is important and useful when you are giving the global certification examinations. So at that time they are going to use these kinds of terms. Concatenation means combining two stuff, like combining the two stuff. Let's say you have A and B, so A dot B will be concatenation. So now I'm going to concatenate these files. So I'll create one concatenate.txt.gz, like this kind of thing, and which will be having all the contents of these files. So basically file 1 was having this is line 1, file 2 was having this is line 1, this is line 2, and file 3 was having, I guess, file 1 2 3, like this is line 1, this is line 2, this is line 3. So we will work on it. Now how to concatenate this thing is, we will simply cat, and then I will simply use it like file1.txt.gz, file2.txt.gz, file3.txt.gz, and I will redirect it. Remember, we have used this redirection operator. So this is used to open the file as well and to redirect the content as well. If you use this redirect this operator in between this command and the file name, it will open the file. But I'm using this operator at the end of the file, like after the command there is file name, and after the file names there is the operator, the greater sign. Now what it's going to do, it will cat all the content, and now I want to put it inside a new file, which is concatenate.txt.gz. So again, it's not necessary to give the exact extension to the file or exact name to the file of the it will only going to help you to identify by looking at the file. So again, it's not necessary. I can simply give concatenate.txt. Still it will be a zip file, so you'll not be able to identify it unless and until you don't see it in a changed color. So the color will be changed if the file type is different. So I'll use gz for now and then enter. Now I am having a file which is having the content of all the files over here. Now I am going to unzip the file. So the command was gunzip concatenate.txt.gz, enter, and I will cat the file now, concatenate.txt. So you can see this is line 1 was in file1.txt, 2.txt and 3.txt. So there are 1, 2 and 3 line, like this is line 1, this is line 1, this is line 1. So there are three times it has gone printed. Now in file2.txt there was line 2, file3.txt also there was line 2, 3, 4 and 0. So this is how you can concatenate the content, and when you extract it with gunzip command, you will be able to get the content of all the files. So this is how the concatenate work. Now moving on to the next topic. So to work on the next topic, that is the grep command, so I need some kind of log files to work with, so that I'll be able to grep the content from the file. So most of the logs are being stored in /var/log directory. So what I'm going to do, I'll just list the content or I'll just cat it /var/log, and here I guess using, so let's say boot log, we will see the boot log, and yeah, I got pretty much content. And wc is the command to get the line count, so there are 715 lines, so yes, so it will work. Now I will simply do one thing, I'll just copy this to my current directory. So you can copy like this, so cp is the command to copy, then after you have to put the file you want to copy from, and then dot. So dot indicates current directory. I want to copy this in current directory. So let's say in case I want to change the name of the file which is going to copy in my directory. So this is boot.log. So I want to name it as boot1.log. So it will be like this. So dot is the current directory. In current directory, I want to name this log file as boot1.log. I can name it as boot1.txt as well, but it's a log file, so I'll keep the extension as it is, so not to get confused, and hit enter. If I see, so I got a file name with boot1.log, but I have copied the file boot.log. So this is similar, this is the copied version, this is a replica of the boot.log file, but I have changed the name intentionally, so I got the content inside the file as boot1.log. Now I will just cat it, we will just go through the content of it. So it's a log, while when our Linux system boots, you might have seen these kind of things in your Linux system on your screen when you're booting. Mostly this is inside the Red Hat Enterprise Linux system OS. So there you will be able to see these kinds of log. Now, so moving on to the grep command, how it's work. Now grep command is used to get the content from the file, the specific content from the file. So let's say I want to see the log of authorization manager. So let's say I want to see whether this was checked or not. So I will just copy this. Now there is the content as boot1.log, and I got a task to check whether the log was generated for authorization manager or not. So what I'll do, I'll use the grep command, I'll put the content inside double quotes, and I'll give the name of the file from which I want it to grep from. So enter. Yes, so I got all the lines which contains my keyword. So I have searched for authorization manager. So this keyword has been searched in the file, and whatever line was containing authorization manager word, it has given me all the lines. Now if I do it like this, I have executed this command as like this. So you can use grep command like this. This is the one way. Now another way is you can cat the file. Mostly I use this way. This is like I'm more used to this way. Now I'll give the content cat and then grep. Now what I want to grep, it is, let's say I'll grep authorization for this time. So now here if I'm greping a single word, it's not necessary to use double quotes. Double quotes is necessary to use only when you are greping multiple words or line. So only that time you should use double quotes, and enter. So I got the same output. Perfect. So this is another way of using cat command, using grep command. Now I'll explain you what is this. So this is a pipe operator, just like the operator which we have used, greater than sign, double greater than sign. So this is another kind of operator which is used to okay, let's explain. I'll give you an example. So if a command, that command was giving you, the thing is cat, so you were catting the content of the file, and then the content is the output of that particular command, and that output is being changed to input for the next command. So you got the stuff. The output of the previous command is being changed to the input for the next command. So in our case, it was like when we were catting the file, it has catted the file, it has shown the file on the terminal, but we are not able to see that just because we have used the pipe thing. So pipe is playing the role of converting the output of previous command and changing it to input for the grep command. So grep command is getting all the content of boot1.log file, and then it is greping authorization from that content. So this is how the pipe works. So pipe is also a very useful and important operator in Linux, so you should do more practice on this. Now moving on to the next thing, aliases. So let's say your name is something and your friend called you in short something else. So that is your alias. The short form of your name is alias. Nothing but it's an alias. So the main command for listing the stuff is ls and enter. So ls is the basic command, and if I use ls-l and enter, so it's long listing me the stuff, right? But every time I don't want to use this command as ls-l, I want to use ll instead of this. So whenever I execute ll, I want to execute this at the backend, but I will type only ll. So this is called as alias. So when I hit ll, so it is giving me the same output as ls-l. So ll is not a command, it's an alias. So how to set an alias? So let's say alias, let's say cc. I can give any kind of name to my alias because it will be my custom command. We'll give the same thing, ls-l. Okay, and then enter. So now if I execute cc, enter, so now I am getting the content of the same as ls-l, but cc is my custom command. Now alias, whenever you are let's say if you override, if you set alias for the word which is already there, the alias which is already there, then what will happen? So let's say equals to double quotes, and let's say I will change it to ls only, so it will simply work as ls, and enter. Now previously when I was executing ll, so it was giving me the result as like this, but now ll will going to work as ls only without the flag. So now the content will be same like ls. So what has happened? Whenever I use the variable, the alias, the word which is already being used, it will overwrite it. So if I am using ll like this, it has actually overwritten the previous content. So previously it was having ls space hyphen l inside it. I can put a as well, so it will list me the hidden file as well when I'm executing ll. So let's try, and boom. So previously when I executed ll, it was giving me the output same like ls, and I have just upgraded my ll command, and now it is giving me the content of ls-la. So this is how alias work. Now to remove this alias, what you can do, unalias is the command to remove this particular alias, unalias and ll. That's it, enter. So now if I execute ll, command not found. So basically there is no kind of alias set for ll. So I'll just revert it back to the basic form, and then if I execute ll, yeah, it's showing me the stuff. Now, one drawback of using alias is you cannot use it in your bash scripts. So basically, bash scripts are run on non-interactive shell, and whatever we are doing, it's an interactive shell. So the a very easy definition for interactive shell is, this is my interactive shell. I am able to autocomplete my command. So let's say L, if I type and hit tab, if I enter L and hit tab, so it is auto completing the stuff. So it's giving me display all 324 possibilities. So there are 324 possibilities just starting with L letter. So if I hit Y, I will get all the possible commands which I can execute using which are starting with L. Again, same goes to, let's say, a mkdir. So if I execute mk and then hit tab, so tab is for auto completion thing. So it is giving me all the possible commands which I can execute which are starting with mk. So basically this is an interactive shell. The shell knows that I am interacting with it, but this doesn't happen with the shell script. So basically what it is done, so let's say I will create a file. So cat shell script.sh and enter. So as you all know, if you have completed my Linux series, you might be knowing that bash script starts with the shebang called shebang thing. This thing I mentioned in my first video as well. You can watch it in the bash scripting series. So /bin/bash and enter. So if I execute ls-l, simply ls-l, so whenever I'm going to execute this particular script, it will just execute the command which are present inside the bash script. Instead of that, I will put something else. So let's say mkdir and then demo directory, and then I will move inside demo directory and then touch file1.txt, file2.txt. So what I'm going to do, wherever this script is, it will create demo dir. Inside demo dir, I will navigate inside demo dir, and then I am creating files inside that particular demo directory. So what is going to happen whenever I execute this bash script, it will create demo dir. Inside demo dir, there will be file1.txt and 2.txt, and my location will change to that directory. So this is what my script is, a very simple and basic script. Enter, Ctrl+C, and so you can see over here, this is not having the execution permission. So X is missing over here. So if I try to execute it, shell, okay, I missed the one L. So it's not even auto completing just because it is not in the execution mode. So what I'll do, chmod +x shell_script.sh, enter. Now if I try to execute it, so execution, this thing we have covered in my first bash scripting video, /shell, now it's auto completed. The auto completion means we are in the interactive shell. Enter. So now you can see demo dir, it's there. If I move inside demo dir, I will be able to see file1.txt and file2.txt. So this is how the shell script works. Now if we use alias inside our shell script, what will happen? So now what we are going to do, we'll just modify our bash script and put some alias into it. So let's say I will just nano it, nano shell_script.sh, and I will put ll inside it. So ll is an alias which we have created, and so let's say I'll save it. So now our bash script is updated. I'll quickly remove this demo this thing is removed. Now it's ready to work again. Shell underscore script.sh, enter. So now see, it has given us the thing as ll command not found. Now the thing is, we have to modify our shell script in a way so that it will take this particular session as an interactive shell. It will treat this bash script, it will treat the terminal as an interactive shell while running the script. So how we can achieve this? So bash, inside bash we can use -l and then -i to make it interactive. Now what does -l and -i means? So L is telling our terminal to treat this particular session, this particular shell as login shell, and I is telling it make it interactive. So using these two flags, we can simply use it. We can simply use alias into our command. So now this bash script will treat this ll as an alias. So instead of executing like simply a command, it will treat it like, okay, it's an alias. Now we'll just save it, and now we will try to execute it. So but there is, yeah, whatever line were executed, so demo dir is obviously it will be there because that command is executed. Only ll command was not executed. So now we will simply remove it, demo dir, and now I'll run the command our shell script. So shell script dot underscore script dot sh and enter. So now see, ll command has executed successfully. Got it? So without using this kind of stuff, I'll just cat it. Without using -l and -i, you cannot use aliases inside your bash script because it will not treat it as an alias. It will treat it as a command. So if it is treating it as a command, that is not actually a command, it's an alias. So it should be treated as an alias, what it is. So this is how the alias, you can use alias inside your shell script. Now one more doubt you might be having, it's like, what if we set alias for ls command itself? So let's say ls, we will check it. So to do that thing, we will simply try to execute that. So let's say alias ll set, let's say ls equals to, first we will check what is alias for this. So see, there is already an alias set for ls command. So let's say we will remove it, alias, and then ls simply we will do. So if you check for this, so ls is not an it is not finding anything for ls command. So ls is actually a command, but we can overwrite the ls command with an alias. So whenever you are setting a new alias with the same name of the command, in our case it is ls, so we will set it like alias ls equals to. Now what does this mean? If you execute ls command now, it will not give you the output in a colored manner. So let's say ls-l, so it's not giving you the output in a colored manner. So here you can see the output was in colored manner. So whatever file was in different file format, so it was changing the color so that you can understand it. So but now we have removed the alias of ls, so it's not giving us the output in a colored format. So we will simply put back our alias as it is. Then we will simply put it in, you can put it in single quote or double quote, it doesn't matter, unless and until there is no double quotes in your own command. So it's totally fine. Now enter, and now if I use ls, let's say ls-l, see, previously it was giving me the output in a black and white stuff without any color format, but now it's giving me the stuff in color format. So this is how you can override the existing command. You can also change it to ls to rm-rf/, but you should not do this because it will remove the content from your slash and your Linux will be crashed. Yeah, so this is what for our today's video. Let's meet in the next video. That will be episode 4, video 4 of this bash scripting series. Till then, bye bye, take care.